The New York Knicks dropped the ball. Had the perfect opportunity to take a commanding 2-0 lead on the road versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. And needless to say, they did not. Got their chain snatched in Cleveland. After winning game one in a close fought game all the way through, Cleveland Cavaliers, after having a sluggish start in game two, dominated the Knicks. It looked like two different teams. It was crazy because even earlier in this game, shout out to my man Dankfather. I messaged him, I was like, bro, we were bullying them the first couple minutes of the first quarter. They called a timeout. I don't know what happened. Garland definitely had his jumper working tonight. RJ Barrett, which until this moment, just now recording this, forgot that he was drafted over Darius Garland. So this is personal, or at least it should be. RJ Barrett, man, really tough with what I'm seeing or what I'm not seeing. I don't know who we need to talk to. You need a counselor, something. This guy needs to play better. It's ridiculous. Now, we can't depend on him for offense or defense. What happened to defense? He was supposed to be a defender, a prime defender coming out of college, coming out of Duke. What happened to it? The first couple years in the league, the Jimmy Butlers of the world, these top guys would give him praise. I don't know anymore. I don't know where that went. Is the intensity just gone? You don't want it? It's tough to see. It's tough. The New York Knicks, after that game one, it showed you the roller coaster I've been talking about all year. Master Bruce CB on Spotify, as well as YouTube, Instagram, just Master Bruce. I've been saying all year with my man Dankfather, Nino Sound, officially dope. I've been saying all year about how we've been saying that this team is a roller coaster. Yes, the ceiling is high. Well, let me rephrase that. The floor is high because we have so much talent on the team, in the sense that from our 1 to 10, it's a pretty good NBA player that can beat you in some type of way. They have a skill set that is very distinct, is tangible. They have a tangible asset to them, or a skill set that allows them to help the team. Every single player that is in the rotation has something, But when you're looking at what's going on right now, the way we're playing, we can't win like that. This game two, it's got me all over. That's what I was saying. Is the ceiling. We have enough talent on the team that we can come in waves to where we can sustain a certain level. It seemingly won't drop too far. But the ceiling is sometimes it's hard to see with this style of basketball, with this one-on-one, your turn type of basketball. I like Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is shown to be a very valuable asset. He's shown to be much better than the Mavericks thought he could be when they offered him only a 4-year, $56 million. He's shown to be better than I thought he could be at times, with just the leadership, things like that. But you can't just come down and just play one-on-one ball for an entire game and think we're gonna win a series and a championship like that. That's not how it works. No one's that good. Very rarely is a one player so good that they can just beat you with one-on-one jump shots for a series. Yeah, they can win you can win a game like that, you can get hot. You can't win series and championships like that with this style of game. You just can't. And we can't win any games if RJ Barrett's gonna play this poorly. It's coming to the point. Listen, I hate to say it, and I know it's only two games in, which we split on the road, which in most scenarios, that's a positive, and we're on the moon. The reason why it's not as positive is because when you win that game one and you get blown out the way you did in game two, that allows the Cleveland Cavaliers to look in the mirror, look in the locker room, and say, hey, that game one was an aberration. Yeah. They dominated. We beat them in the season series during the season, but everyone knows playoffs is a whole different ball game. And when you got the home court advantage, you drop that game one, a close one at that. Which again, I'm sure they could go away feeling like they were a couple plays away from winning that game, and they should have won. And then you come to game two, you fulfill your game plan beyond what your wildest imagination. Because again, I don't think they could have envisioned Garland to be that hot. Of course, former All-Star, no disrespect, the guy can play, but he was hitting everything. He was played almost a perfect game. So they're able to bounce back. LeVert only had 3 in game 1, and I bet on him. It's ironic. When I didn't bet on him, he goes off for 20 or something close to it. But if you're the Cleveland Cavaliers fans, you're in a whole different mindset now. You're going into Friday thinking, okay, well now the pressure's back on them. If the Knicks aren't able to win game 3, I don't know. You know, Master Bruce CB, Spotify, Twitter. I talked about I did pick the Knicks to win this series. But I don't know. After losing game 2, the way they lost it, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they'll be able to match that intensity. Because again, they're gonna have to. The pressure's back on them. They have to win. They at least got to split 3 and 4. I think game 3 is a must-win because then 4 becomes obviously a must-3 because no team has ever come back from a 3-1 deficit. So game 3 now the pressure back us. And now we are at home. I think the New York is gonna be rowdy. We're gonna have the fans jumping. The MSG gonna be rowdy, but Donovan Mitchell. I think Donovan Mitchell's going off for, I don't want to say it, but I think so. I think he's getting 40 in game 3. Are we going to be able to stop that? Are we going to be able to sustain that? Are we going to be able to weather that storm? Because as we all know, you can't stop the rain. So are we going to be able to withstand the punch that I think Donovan Mitchell on that big stage? Again, it's a team. We're a team that we decided keeping RJ Barrett and picks was more valuable than Donovan Mitchell. That is looking like a horrendous decision. Malpractice level decision. This is the type of decision that loses your job. We shall see. I haven't forsaken you. Again, Master Bruce CB on Spotify as well as Twitter. They've still been coming with stuff. It's just YouTube is a little harder because I got to get on camera, do things like that. I actually just recorded a video. Turns out I was listening back to it, it was static. So I had to shoot it again, had to try to match that intensity. It's a little tough, but we ain't making excuses. We got to make it happen. I appreciate you. Don't hold me like you don't know me. Send it to a buddy. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you. And I'm still coming. I just had to come with some emotion. I didn't really write any notes. Just going off how I felt during the game. Shout out to Josh Hart for playing through an injury. But yeah. We still coming with the full recap. Shout out to the Kings. I picked the Kings to win that series. Some other stuff. Go back and listen. We're here for you. We're here. My ears to the streets. Appreciate you.